without further ado, this is Ubah Aden, and she will tell you more about herself and why she wants to run for school board and what her vision is.
I'm not this tall, so can I push it down a little? And I forget my heels because I was door knocking today. So, you know, you can't door knock with heels. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ubah Aden. I live in Tukwila. I'm first time running for Tukwila School Board. I'm a mother who have 3 children in the district. Actually, my son graduated this summer from Foster High School at the age of 16. And he just started Highland Community College. So he's still 16 in college. So I'm very grateful that he's a very calm child in teenager years. I don't know if my parents will say the same thing about me when I was a teen, but I won't tell my children that. My vision for Tukwila and the reason that I wanted to run for this position is because I'm a passion about the community and how we need to have every voice around the table. And when you have every voice at that table, then you can have a better community that can work together, that understand each other. That's how you build community. And I am very passionate about the community that I'm living in, and I'm always involved. I've lived in Tukwila for 4 years. I moved from Atlanta, Georgia, a lot different than here. If anybody who ever lived in the South, you know how the South is. It's a lot different than Seattle area. Although I said the people who are in Seattle are very observant and they don't want to say hello. I don't know why. Maybe it's the rain. Maybe they just don't know you and they don't want to talk to you. Hello. So I'm learning, I will say hello first, and then they respond, you know. But in the South, they say hello. It's normal. Everybody can say, how y'all doing, you know. That is the term. But I lived in Tukwila for 4 years and get to know the city and my school. And I work in the health department. I work for a Swedish hospital up in First Hill and Cherry Hill both. I'm a health coach. And I also do medical interpretation. I'm very passionate about bridging the gap of the language barrier. I am certified in both states, here in Washington and in Georgia. So I've done interpretation for 21 years. I started so young because I remember when I arrived in the United States at the age of 16, I did not speak any English. And I remember how hard it was. I'm a very talkative person, and imagine that I cannot say what I wanted to say because of the language barrier. It was really hard. And I took it to heart, and it was personal for me to bridge that gap. And I said, what is the best way that you can help people bridge that gap of language barrier? The best place is the health, because when someone is sick and they wanted to talk about their health, if there is a language barrier, it makes it even more difficult. So I said, we cannot play with somebody's health. So that is what made me to become a health coach and medical interpreter in the health field. And I enjoy it and I love it. When I go to work in the morning, I'm very upbeat. I am looking forward to who I will help this morning. I am always at the surgical floor, so I've been around a lot of surgery. Even though I interpret, up until the patient goes to sleep, I'm there. And then I am there when they wake up. So I've been around a lot of, patients, but the education comes in also something I'm passionate about. I know how it makes a lot different when our children are educated. It, have something to do with education and safety. If we educate our children, then our environment and our communities are safer. When you educate the children, then they do better and they thrive in that community. And every child's education is important to all of us as a community as a whole. So if we care about the children's education, and if we help them get, where they want it, then we will have a community that is thriving. So whether you are senior, or whether you are young, or whether you are a mother, this is very important for all of us to work together. And I said I'm going to reach out to every community because I wanted people to understand that I am, passionate about the education. This is the first time somebody like myself is running for this position. So we're making history, and a lot of people are scared of something that's for the first time. But there's nothing to be scared. Do I look like scared to you? I don't think so. But, it's just the fear of unknown that people always have, that fear of unknown. But once we conversate and we talk about what we wanted, we all are the same. The funnest thing for me of this door knocking is when I knock on somebody's door, and they open the door and they don't know why I am there. And they're like, lady, did you get lost? And I said, is your name so-and-so? And they say, yes. Then I did not get lost. I came to talk to you. And, you know, after little talk, everything goes well. But a lot of times I face a lot of hesitant. Now, one example, when I walk in the door today, the gentleman at the front said, you wanted to go around to the tennis court? And he was telling me something, and I'm like, no. I know you think that I am not in the right place, but I am. This is what I face all the time. So this is normal to me that people think that I am not in the right place. And I said, I like challenge. And I always talk to people. I am in the right place. I am going to be with the seniors today at the Indivisible. And he said, okay, then let me show you where it is. I said, okay, now we're in the right place. But anyway, I hope that you all can help me volunteer, knock doors, help us get there. We are looking for volunteers who can sign up. There's few people who already came and help us register people. I registered at least 214 people by myself for the last 2 months. We are changing people's idea of local elections. A lot of the communities who, in Tukwila, we speak over 84 different languages. Can you imagine? And we say that we are the most diverse city in the United States. But we're not diverse in our leadership. And that is what we need to change. And that's why I said I'm going to step up. I served the budget committee for the past year and a half. I know how things go in the behind closed doors. I served the parent advisory committee. And I said, well, we make suggestions in those 2 committees. I spend time that I take from my children to be part of this. But the decision is made by the board. So I said, I think I'm at the wrong table. You know? So I'm going to be at the right table by stepping up and running for this position when it's available. And this was the time I was first to do this. I have a lot that I've learned. I didn't know it is that challenging, especially when I am dressed the way I am. It's more challenge for me than anyone else. But I love challenge, you know. First time I came to the United States, the challenge I faced was the language. I overcame that. I faced the challenge when I was in a refugee camp at the age of 14. I overcame that. Coming to the United States was not as fun. I watched the movie Coming to the United States. That's like a dream. No, when you don't speak the language, you don't know anything about this country, and you came the first time. They only help you for 8 months, and after that, fly, baby, you're on your own. They don't care what happened. I thought that the first 2 months take me back to the refugee camp because I knew what to do, you know? But I overcome that. So I said, you know what? There's nothing that I cannot overcome. You know, I have 3 children here. I'm raising my kids. I'm ready to take this next step. I'm hoping you all can help me. I love challenge, so throw anything at me, and I'm ready. If you have any questions, you want to know anything about Tukwila or anything about me, I'm ready to take questions. So thank you so much.
So, any questions? Yeah, sure.
I just want to congratulate you.
Oh, thank
Your
you.
English is so good. 12 years ago, I started a program in Edmonds to teach English to the parents of the ESL students here.
Great.
And we still do it.
Yeah.
We teachers apply for grants. We have free childcare.
Cool.
And I think that you're wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, if I tell you a little tiny thing about the language, I was working my first job in Delhi, and there was a Middle Eastern guy who owned this place. That was my first job at the age of 17. I was in school, and I said, I'm going to work part-time because I need the money. No one is going to help me. So I was someone who has to pay for her rent at the age of 17, and I have no parents who were supporting me here. So gentlemen walk in. I know very minimum from 16 to 17. 1 year I'm studying English like there's no tomorrow. I live in the library, you know? Because then this gentleman walked in and he said, how late are you open? And I'm looking at him. I have no idea what he asked me. But I know what time are you going to close. See? I didn't know how late you're open. English is crazy. So I said, hold on. Get the manager. I said, I didn't know what he said, but you can help him. So he asked, how can I help you? All I ask is, what time do you close? I said, no. He didn't ask that one. No, he said something else. Ask him. And he said, how late are you open? Okay, now I know. I wrote down. I said, now I know how to say that way too. So learning English, it was like the most challenging. I think if you ask me to learn Chinese, I will do much better than learning English. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.